In this series of videos, I want to lay out the basics of using Word to write a book. So this is the second video, and what it has to do with is after you start Word, what you want to do is optimize your screen real estate. To optimize all of that, have as little white space on the screen as possible and have all of the panes and so on that you need displayed, all the ones you don't need not displayed. Let's jump over to my desktop and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here I am on my desktop running Microsoft Word. This is the latest version. I'm running it as part of Office 365, which means they always give me the latest version of Word. So this is up whatever it is, 2016, 19, 21, whatever the numbers are. This is the current version as of January or December of 2023. Now, can you read this text that I've written here on the screen? No, neither can I. And the reason is that you're running, or that I'm running Word non-full screen. So step number one is always run Word full screen while you're writing. Now up here up at the upper right-hand corner of the Windows screen, and this is unique for Windows, I'm sure that Macs have the same thing. You have this little square, and when you click on the square, you optimize your window. Now the window is full size and we can see a lot more. This is the way you should run Word when you're writing, typically. Now, if you want to compare windows side by side, then click the little box again, which has now become multiple boxes, and it will become small again. And in this way, let's say you have another window you want to compare to. What you should always do is make your Word window as large as possible by grabbing the corners of it and dragging it out like this. And in this way, you can compare windows side by side. Now I'm going to minimize this spreadsheet and bring back up Word. So we've got Word in full screen. Unfortunately, I still can't really read this text very well. The next thing that I want you to do is come up to View, and I want you to pick. What we're doing is we're viewing one page. See here in the zoom area of the ribbon for the View menu? One page shows me one page like this. I can have multiple pages. I don't have multiple pages, so it's not showing it. Or I can go to 100%, which makes it a little bit larger. But my favorite is page width. And what it does is it fills the width of your screen with the page width, and you've got to scroll down to see the entire page. Now we can finally see our text. In fact, the text is really quite large. But don't worry about that because we're about to take up some of the horizontal screen space on the screen. So this is step number 2. Go to View, to the Zoom part of the ribbon, and pick Page View. Now you can experiment with the other views too. 100%, one page you're not going to like. Multiple pages, if you have multiple pages, it'll show them side by side. That's pretty nice. But I like page view. Now the font is actually big enough that we can actually see it now, but it might even be too big. But we're going to take up some of the horizontal screen space here and make this font a little smaller so it won't be quite as gigantic. What I want to do is I want to open up a larger document that has sections in it. And it has chapters. So this is a full document, a book. And for this, I want to go back to the View menu and go to the Show part of the ribbon and click on Navigation Pane. Now what that gives you over here to the left is a pane showing you all of your head level 1s, 2s, 3s. And it shows them in a hierarchy, and I can jump to any section of my document using the navigation pane. Now, if I come to the edge of the pane and I get the 2 arrows, I can drag this out and make the navigation pane as wide as I want. If I hit this upper arrow, that takes me to the title page, the very beginning of the document. I can even use this to rearrange a document. For instance, I could take section 2.1.2 here, drag it down to below 2.1.3, and it replaces 2.1.3. So I just swapped these 2 lectures or chapters or subheadings. So you can use the navigation pane to navigate your document, look at the structure of it. I use it to outline documents and to even change the structure of your document. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is taking up even more screen real estate. If you happen to run ProWritingAid as your editor, your automatic copy editor, you can come here to the ProWritingAid menu in Word and click Start Real Time, and that'll run the ProWritingAid pane over here. Now, you get separate panes as you go through, so formatting text and so on, panes will pop over here on the right. So that takes up the rest of your horizontal screen space. And you can see your font in the middle now isn't all that large. Now, the other thing that I want to talk with you about is the ribbon here. There's two ways to display the menu ribbon. We have the ribbon always displayed. If I come over here to the far right of the ribbon and I click the down arrow, I can say Show Tabs Only. And that will only show the menu tabs. Now I've got to click on a menu tab to drop the ribbon down, and I can do an action. When I'm done with the action, the ribbon goes away. This saves you vertical screen real estate. And finally, this is the environment in which I write. I write with my window full screen, with the navigation pane on the right, my ProWritingAid spell checker on the right, the navigation pane on the left, the spell checker on the right, and then I collapse my pane. Now, if you want the ribbon to be up, or I collapse the ribbon. Now, if I want the ribbon to always be displayed like this, I just bring it down. I come over to this down arrow again, and I say always show ribbon instead of always showing just the menu tab. Now, the terminology for this is slightly different on older versions of Word, but you'll get the idea. Find the little, I don't know what it is, a question mark or some symbol over here on the right side of the ribbon, and you'll get words that say, do you want to collapse it? Do you want to expand it? And so on. So this is, wait a second, my optimized writing environment. Now again, a point, show tabs only, just like this, is when you want to compare windows side by side. Check this out. If I minimize this window, now here's the navigation pane on the left, and here's the ProWritingAid window. I can't see anything. So go ahead and collapse the windows or the panes on left and right when you're doing this so that I can go like that, and I can hit this X to collapse the navigation, and now I can actually see my words. When I go back to full screen and I'm not comparing side by side, go back to review, hit the navigation pane, hit ProWritingAid, and bring up Start Real Time, the option on the far left of the ribbon, and I'm back to my standard writing environment. I hope you found this useful, and keep watching for the next lecture in this series on YouTube, which is going to be on configuring nonfiction and fiction writing styles, which will have to do with going Times New Roman as opposed to Arial, and the spacing of paragraphs. We're going to show you how to do it differently for fiction and nonfiction. I'll see you in that lecture.